And we're very delighted to have with us Giampiero Bugliarello, who is joining us from Delaware. Giampiero, it's good to have you here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me too.
Now, we heard some years ago, or not that long ago, your piece for cello and piano, and that's a composition that you wrote. And it has since morphed and transformed itself into a bigger piece for orchestra and piano and orchestra. Tell us a little bit about the piece as it existed for cello and piano.
So the story of this piece dates back to I guess 10 years ago,
Ah,
if not 12. So I started composing it when I was in Italy, when I still had no idea about the fact I would have come to the United States. And it was originally composed just for piano.
ah,
Then I got this idea to play with this friend of mine who is a cellist, and I wrote this arrangement for these two instruments. And after the piece was ready, I heard about progressive musicians, and I just proposed the piece to them, and they apparently loved it. So I came to Carnegie Hall to play it with Jacques Pierre Malan, this another amazing cellist. Um, yes, and after Carnegie Hall, thanks to the recording they provided, I was commissioned
and now,
by.
but before I want to interrupt you,
Okay,
I heard that performance
uh,
at Carnegie,
oh yes.
and now it's coming back to me. When we were talking a minute ago, now it's coming back to me. It's an extraordinary piece.
Oh,
It's
thank.
virtuosic, and now I'm remembering it very pretty clearly. And so I didn't mean to interrupt you, but let's go
you.
ahead. Go ahead.
So what was I saying? Yes, that after the Carnegie Hall performance, basically, I was contacted by Newark Symphony Orchestra here in Delaware
Newark,
because they
Delaware.
wanted to commission me a piece for piano and orchestra. So, I mean, I wish I had the time to write, a brand new work, but since I'm kind of busy, that would have been basically impossible. So I had the idea, you know what? I take that rondo for piano and cello and I make it big. So basically the same piece, I remember all those sections or that contrasting material. I mean, a little bit childish material. I know you don't like that word, but yes, this basically musical adventure now it's written for huge and spectacular orchestrations. Of course, like the piano has been a little bit rearranged. There are solo orchestra parts and solo piano parts, and to make everything work, there are some adjustments. But the piece is basically the same one. still, the good news is that after I presented this to James, now he looks is interested in recording it with Maestro Vro, with the Cicerone label. So that's honestly one of the closest to my heart projects that I do have right now. And I mean, would be amazing to record this with Manhattan Symphony Orchestra with such a conductor, So this may be the next chapter that this piece might reserve for us.
And I assume you're the soloist, you're the pianist.
Oh yes, I'm always happy to play, especially my music.
Now we can see in the background two pianos. Is that your studio?
Yes, this is a music school of Delaware. This is where I take care of my students. Here I have around 35, I think.
35.
Yes, it's a pretty huge studio here.
Are these piano students or composition or both?
Both. But plus, I teach theory, composition, and music history, so I do a little bit of everything.
Now you mentioned before we went on that you have engagements up and down the East Coast. Are those performance engagements or teaching or master classes?
Yes, whatever comes basically. So I used to live for 5 years in Washington D.C. from 2015 to 2020, where I went to Catholic University, where I got my degrees. So basically, my friends, my connections are focused there. So that even if I got this position here in Delaware, I never broke the tie with that area there. That's why I also teach at Fairfax Conservatory in Virginia. So I travel every week because I have 10 other students down there. And then yes, whenever there is an occasion to perform, for example, I played in Newark, or last concert before this one, I think it was at the Art Barns in Gaithersburg. Or we perform also at our schools. Whatever it comes, we teach. We do master class. I mean, whatever teaching, whatever performing, it's everything related to piano playing, piano composing, piano teaching. I just enjoy it, whatever it is.
Now, did you say that the piece that we've been talking about, the one for piano and orchestra that came from the cello sonata, was that performed recently? Did I hear you say?
Last time it was performed, it was at Carnegie Hall.
But I mean, has the piece with orchestra been performed yet?
Yeah, yes. It was on December 8th.
Oh,
In Newark, Delaware. So yes, it was already performed. We just did the premiere.
now you said you didn't have time to write a new piece, so you instead, but arranging a cello and piano sonata to turn it into a concerto or a piece for piano, that had to have been a very big process.
Look, absolutely. I think the orchestration process took me something like 150 hours. But you know why this is easier than composing? Because orchestrating is more about coloring,
Right.
the music engine and the form and all the material is there. The difficult part is to, match everything and make it working. Then, it's about we give this to the flute, we give this to the oboe, or whatever. So,
well, that's so wonderful. I can't wait to hear the recording. If I was still on the radio, I would invite you, and first I would ask you to play the sonata, and then we would play the concerto, and people could hear the transformation. But I'm not on the radio anymore, so maybe we can get someone else to do that.
Oh, thank you.
Well, good luck with the recording. Giampiero, very much looking forward to it. It's a wonderful piece, and it's very exciting, and I hope it comes to pass very soon.
I hope that too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to talk to you.